over the last few years, we've seen a lot of iterations of Dragon Ball games. Now, I loved Xenoverse, and I love Xenoverse 2. I think Xenoverse 2 was one of my favorite Dragon Ball games of all time, but I was always a little depressed that we were never going back to that original Butoden style of gameplay. Now in 2015, Dragon Ball Z Super Extreme Butoden was released on a 3DS, but of course, I'm not a 3DS player, so I wanted something more. And when Dragon Ball FighterZ was announced, I flipped out! And that's why we're here today to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ, the open beta, and my impressions. Alright, so in this open beta, there was a good chunk of stages and playable characters. Now, first off, there was Goku, Vegeta, Adult Gohan, Frieza, Kid Buu, Cell, Piccolo, Krillin, Nappa, Android 18, and Lord Beerus as well. There was also stages-wise, there was Planet Namek, World Tournament Arena, West City, Volcano, Wasteland, Cell Games Arena, and the Rocky Field. Now, in the modes, there was World Match, Battle Tutorial, Ranking, Replay Channel, Stamps, Lobby, Avatar Customization, and 2 Dramatic Scenes. So, with all this information, or with all this stuff, it was a crazy beta, is the best way that I can say it. Now, if you pre-ordered the game on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, you did get 24 hours of early access on the 13th. With that, I will say this. On the 13th, the beta was phenomenal. I think the beta was really, really good. I think we got a really good feel for how serious this is when it comes down to the fighting game genre. It is a super fast, extremely fun fighter game. And if anything, it really kind of like shut down Marvel vs. Capcom. You know, this year Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out and it cut down to the whole 2v2. Now this brought in the whole 3v3. It is way more fast-paced, and the animations, the transitions, the cutscenes that are in the game, like if you have a team that has Goku, Krillin on it, and then you're going against a team that has like Frieza on it as well, and like if you play on the Namek stage, or Planet Namek stage, you'll actually see a full scene of like Frieza picking up Krillin and Goku yelling, "No, Frieza, don't!" The whole scene, like, and there's a lot of times in the beta that it actually replays a bunch of these scenes from the original show, and it's just so awesome. Like, it makes it even better because, as you guys know, the original Dragon Ball Z series was a big drag-out fest. Like, I love the original series. It is like has a very special place in my heart, but it was a huge drag-out fest. Every episode probably could have been condensed down extreme, like really, really heavy. And that's the reason why I love Dragon Ball Super so much more, is because, you know, yes, there are times that they kind of, you know, move the scenes along a little bit to where you don't speed through all this information in a very short amount of episodes, but you get a lot of action and you get a lot of great moments in the series in the small amount of episodes. And in the original one, you know, you could go half of the season and it's just one fight. You know, it could go almost 6-7 episodes just to stretch out one fight. And as you guys know, in Dragon Ball Super, that's not the case. In Dragon Ball Super, it is, you know, you'll have a full fight in one episode and it moves on, and then a full fight in another episode and it moves on. So I'm in love with the way that this game looks. I'm in love with the way that it represents the Dragon Ball series as a whole, and I honestly cannot wait for the full release. Now, back to what I was saying, I think that the beta was fantastic on the 13th, but then afterwards, it was just downhill. Like, the servers were horrible. There was a lot of times that in between the 14th and the 16th, that you couldn't even log in. There was almost an entire day that you couldn't log in at all because of the server issues. Now, this did result in them reopening the beta on the 17th for a 24-hour period. and it ended on the 18th. And I did get in and play that, and those issues were gone. There was never a time that I had any type of connection issues when they reopened the beta. So that's why this is going to be a pretty positive impression on this beta. Now, a lot of you guys know there's a lot of times when betas release, there's always that possibility that when the gates drop and the flood water hits, you know, all these fans are just flooding the servers. If these companies don't have it ready the way they should, then things are just going to fail. And that's what happened. You know, it really sucked because I saw some people saying that they were thinking about canceling their pre-order because of the way the servers happened. And I think that's a really, I don't know, I think that's kind of, you're kind of moving a little bit too quick on that aspect of saying you want to cancel your pre-order because the online servers weren't working in an open beta. Yes, the game does come out on the 26th. I think you guys should give it a little bit of a chance because I really do think this is going to be a fighting game that you do not want to pass up on. Now, when it comes down to just full-on playability, the controls and everything else, I think everything worked well. There was a few times that I ran into frame rate issues. Now, there was up at the very top while you were playing, there was a little bit of a delay counter or a delay timer or whatever showing you the difference in the delay. There was some really good matches that the people I played against had a really good connection. Everything worked out well, and there was also some really bad matches to where it did not connect well at all, and I just got very frustrated and ended up just closing the game out. That was a little agitating, and there was also a few times that when I would try to transition from one character to another by holding L1, which is the character switch button on PlayStation 4, you hold it down and you're supposed to switch. There's a few times that it didn't happen, and I don't know if it was because there was so much going on the screen, but I hope that's something that maybe someone caught, and maybe they'll be able to get that fixed, because I would really like it if you know, there's times that whenever your character would die in the beta and your new character would move in, there's the whole transition to where they both come up and their forearms hit and they say their little phrases to each other, and then it says fight. So there's a few times that you can get a pretty good one-up on your opponent by pushing L1 right whenever that sequence is over. You tag in someone else, they fly in, get a little punch in on the other guy, and kind of catch them off guard. Now, there were some times that didn't happen because the L1 button or the use of that was not properly working at the time, and that was possibly because of the connection. But at the same time, you know, it was a little agitating, but overall, it really wasn't too bad of a problem. Now, graphics-wise, it was unbelievable. I mean, it's so good. It looks stupendous, man. I cannot wait to play the story mode. I can't wait to really dive into this game with not just myself, but also like my wife, a lot of my friends. There's a lot of times we have a lot of people come over and we have little gamer get-togethers, and I think this is going to be a fantastic game to play. Now, what's really cool is that the roster is going to be pretty huge. I think on launch, we're going to get all these characters. We're going to get Android 21, we're going to get Goku, Vegeta, Teen Gohan, Trunks Super Saiyan form, which is Future Trunks. Also Krillin, Piccolo, Frieza, Cell, Boo. Android 18 with Android 17. Also Android 16, Tien, Yamcha. And Tien also has Chaozu with him as well as a character, kind of like how 18 has 17. Captain Ginyu, and he'll have the whole Ginyu force with him as well. Nappa, Gotenks, Gohan, the adult form, Kid Buu, Hit, Beerus, Goku Black, Super Saiyan Goku Blue, and Super Saiyan Vegeta Blue. There's also, stage-wise, there's going to be a good little chunk. I think I've already pretty much covered most of them. I think there's also islands. There's a space, Spinach Waste, also Wasteland, Wasteland Dusk, Scarred World of Kai, and Underground Lake. Now, it has been said that there are going to be a total of 8 characters that are coming in the Character Pass. If you bought the Collector's Edition, make sure you understand that the collector's edition does not come with a character pass. You will get the statue, you will get those lithograph cards and all that stuff, steelbook case, but you do not get the character pass with that. So you have to pay an additional $39 or $40, I think. So kind of sucks. That's actually the reason why I canceled my collector's edition. You know, I have a good little chunk of Dragon Ball collectibles at this time. I will be getting some of the Dragon Ball pops that come out, but I'm not going to pay an additional $40-something for the game. Altogether, you're almost paying $200 total cost. I'm not going to do that. You know, I think it's a little overpriced, and it was kind of aggravating to find that out as late in the game as I did. So anyways, with that being said, I think everything was good with the beta. I had a lot of fun. I think the connection issues obviously are something you're going to deal with when it comes down to such a popular beta. Now, there have been times that betas have released and you haven't seen that issue, and that's always a really good thing. But they were flooded with a ton of gamers that wanted to play this game. The closed beta was a really big deal. A lot of people really wanted to get into it, and you know, as myself, I really wanted to get into it, and I didn't. I was pretty upset about it. But with that being said, the competitiveness of the online play is phenomenal, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was a few times that I just got my ass whooped, dude. I got totally destroyed, and it's upsetting when it happens because you're like, oh my god, you got to be kidding me. But at the same time, it's such a phenomenal looking game. It's hard to really get mad. You know, it's basically there's a few games that I play that I don't do very good in, like Overwatch. I'm not very good at Overwatch, but the times I play it, even whenever I don't do good, it's a fun enough game that I still enjoy myself when I'm sucking. And that's kind of how it is with Dragon Ball FighterZ. I feel that there was a lot of times that I was just getting destroyed, and I was still like, man, this looks amazing. I don't care if I'm getting destroyed or not. So I'm very excited for the story mode. I'm very excited for the offline gameplay of playing with some of my friends in this area. And I hope you guys are excited as well. Now, remember, this game does come out on the 26th. Those are kind of more or less my short impressions of the beta. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Make sure to comment below and let me know what you think about the game. Let me know if you plan on getting this game, and tell me, really, I want to know, like, the full-on truth. Do you think this game is going to be a very big success this year? Hopefully we're going to see this game at EVO and other fighting tournaments as well. But I would love to see this on the esports scene, and love to see some of the amazing combos and counters and finishing moves that this game has to offer. So thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to check us out at secondopinionpod.com for the latest and greatest gaming news, reviews, and much more. And also check back soon for some of our reviews, some news, podcasts, and much more. Peace out.